today we'll discuss about top 1000 Java interview questions. So this is the part 2 where I will consider after 51 question numbers. So yesterday we discussed already top 50 questions out of 1000. Now we will continue for this 51. So the 51 questions what is mean by covariant return type in Java polymorphism. So these all will be considered based on Java, Spring Boot, Microservices, Spring Cloud, AWS, UI, and database and all. The next question is what is the runtime polymorphism? When to use? So this is the covariant return type, and now we will consider polymorphism. So what is a runtime polymorphism? Is it possible to achieve runtime polymorphism by data member in Java? How can be possible? If possible, please discuss or let me know, or give me the scenarios where you use this achieve the runtime polymorphism and all. Explain the difference between a static and dynamic. So these all are related for this static, dynamic, polymorphism, and then others. So now we will discuss this abstraction concept. So here we will consider some of the questions related for abstract class and abstractions and all. So what is abstraction in object-oriented programming? And the next question is what is abstraction different from encapsulation? So we have an encapsulation and abstraction is there in OOPS-oriented. So what is the difference in that? What is an abstract class in Java? Is it allow mark method abstract method without making class as abstract? So these all are related for abstract concept, which most of the company will ask. So different company will ask different type of questions in that. So I considered and collected these all based on the categorized way. So is it allowed to mark a method abstract as well as final? Is it possible to allow a method abstract as well as final? So how we will do that? And then can we instantiate an abstract class in Java? How can we instantiate an abstract class in Java? What is an interface in Java? And the next question, is it allowed to mark an interface as a static? Why interface cannot be marked final? What is the reason cannot be marked as a final? And then what is a markup interface? What can we use instead of markup interface? How annotations is better than markup interface? What is the difference between abstract class and interface in Java? Does Java allow to use private protected modifier for variable in interface? So first you have to check all the interface concept, then you will see all these questions, then you will clear all those answers in that. So how can we cast to an object reference to an interface reference? So these all are the considered questions which is related for interface. Now we will discuss about the final. So this final is a keyword where we have multiple things are there like how to change the value of final variables in Java. And next question is, can we mark final in Java as a class? Can we mark class final in Java? How can we create a final method in Java? How can we prohibit inheritance in Java? Why integer class is final in Java? So these all are related for final. Can we assign blank final variable? What is a blank final variable? How can we initialize blank final variable? How can we declare a final method? So these things will be considered for the final. Now we will discuss about the package. So the package also have many things are there like package. So first, if you want, you can go for this package concept. Now after that, what is the purpose of package in Java? What is java.len.package? Which is the most important class in Java? Is it mandatory to import len, java.len in every time? Can we import same package or class twice in your class? What is a static import in Java? And what is the difference between static import static com.test food class or import com.test food class. So what is the difference between both? So these things will be considered related for package concept. Now we will go for this. We are considering all the step-by-step concept based on this particular topics and all. So we collected all the interview questions related for Java, interview, Spring Boot, interview of a Spring Boot, microservices, cloud, AWS, UI, and then the database and all. So right now I'm going to discuss about internationalization. So in Java, core Java also we have a concept of internationalization concept. What is a local in Java, how we will use a separate local in Java, like that. And then we have a serializations. So what is serialization? What is the purpose of serialization? Now we will consider about the serializations. So this, what is serialization? What is the purpose of serializations? What is deserializations? And what is the difference between serialization and deserialization? Why do we mark data as a transient? Is it allow the mark method as transient? So what is a transient? And the next question is, how does making a field as transient make it possible to serialize an object? What is externalization? Externalizables interface in Java. What is the difference between serialization and externalizable? So these things will be considered based on the serializations and deserializations and all. Now we will consider this reflection topic. So here reflections, we have some of the questions which will be raised by the interviewer. So what is a reflection in Java? Why we use reflections? Can we access private method of the class from outside the class? How can we create an object dynamic at runtime in Java? Then we will consider the next topic is related for garbage collection. So garbage collections have multiple questions which will be asked by the interviewer. So we will consider all these questions one by one. What is a garbage collection in Java? Why Java provide garbage collectors? So what is the purpose of GC in Java? How does garbage collection work in Java? When does an object become eligible for garbage collection in Java? Why do we use for finalize method in Java? What is the difference between reference in Java? How can we reference a unreferenced object again? So these things will be considered as a garbage collectors. Now some of the questions also will be there in this garbage collection, which will be asked by the interviewer, like what kind of process is in the garbage collector thread? What is the purpose of runtime class? Can we invoke an external process in Java? What all are the use of runtime class? So these things will be related for garbage collectors. Now we will have we will consider this right now. Whatever we discuss, these all are related for core Java interview questions which I collected and categorized with the topic wise. Now we will discuss of inner class, that also part of core Java. So in that inner class, what is a nested class? How many type of nested class in Java? Why do we use nested class? What is the difference between nested class and inner class in Java? What is a nested interface? Can we access non-final local variable inside the local inner class? Can an interface is defined in a class? Do we have a explicit mark as a nested interface, public static? And why do we use a static interface in Java? So these things will be considered as a inner class. Now what we will do, here we are considering all the strings related concepts. So a strings related program will be which will be asked by the interviewer. So what is the meaning of immutable in context of a string class in Java? Why a string object is considered immutable in Java? How many objects does following code create? How many way are there in Java to create a string object? How many objects does following code create? What is a string interning, and then why Java use string literal concept, what is the basic difference between a string and a string buffer, and then how we will create an immutable class, can we write a custom immutable class. So these things will be considered in a string. So what is the use of two string method, arrange the three string buffer, string builder in this order efficiency of a string processing operations. So these all will be asked by the interviewer based on the string. Now we will go for the exception handling. So in exception handling, what type of questions will be asked by the interviewer? So what is exception handling in Java? In Java, what is the difference between checked exception and unchecked exceptions? And what is the best case class for this error and exceptions? Base class for error and exception. What is a finally block in Java? What is the use of finally block in Java? Can we create final block without creating a cache block? Do we have always put a cache block after try block? In what scenario and finally block will be not executed? Can we read throw an exception in Java? What is the difference between throw and throws in Java? What is the concept of exception propagations? And then when we override a method in a child class, can we throw an additional exception in not throw as a parent class method? So these things will be considered as a exception handling. Now we will consider multi-threading. So multi-threading is a very important topic where all the interviewers will ask related for this concept. Have you used multi-threading in your project? From which scenario you are using? Where you use this implementations or concept which you are discussing right now? Can you give some examples of real time and all? So what is multi-threading? How multi-threading will work? What is the advantage of multi-threading? What is the disadvantage of multi-threading? What is thread in Java? What is a thread priority? How this will be calculated? What is the difference between preemptive schedulers or time slicing schedulers? Is it possible to call run method instead of a start method in the thread? Can we make use a thread into a daemon thread if it is already started? Can we start a thread 2 times in Java? What is the scenario can we use to interrupt the thread? In Java, is it possible to lock an object for exclusive by thread? How to notify the thread in different from notify all in collection? So what are the different difference between two data structures as a vectors, array list and all? So these things will be considered as a collection. So we will discuss on the next video related for collections and all. After that we will go for this Spring, Hibernate, Microservices and others. So till now we considered 155 questions, and that will be all considered with this core Java concepts. Now we will go for the collection framework on the next topic, and then after that we will discuss about Spring, Hibernate, Microservices, and then AWS, UI, database, interview questions. So these all I collected from the different interviewers or friends where I collected and then categorized the topic wise. So yeah, sure. So after that we will consider on the next class for the collections onward. So that will be taken 3 to 4 videos because total 1000 questions are there. Okay.